warm beverage, grab some snacks and the kids, and we're going to get started in just a few minutes.
So we start with the women first. So it will be a good show on what they deliver. Some cool strength.
That's right. The competitors are coming from essentially all over the world. We've got a lot of representation and a really, really fun wall out here in Bern, Switzerland. It's a little bit chilly. Folks are, drinking some hot chocolate. I'm not sure if they've got the fondue fires going yet, but it won't be long. So again, grab yourselves a snack. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Best would be with Swiss-style fondue to watch this Swiss stream.
Yes. So in case folks have not watched before, 8 of the top climbers from today's qualification round will be climbing tonight. And the way that it works is we will start with the number 8 ranked climber from the qualifiers and work our way up to the number 1 ranked qualifier.
So normally we should see people climbing higher and higher, but they are also strong, so everybody can get to the top, I guess.
That's right.
So it will be a fun show.
So yeah, just hang tight. The competitors are in isolation right now compared to the qualifiers. In the finals, this is an on-site format, so no climber is able to see another climber try the route. So this is all new to the climbers, and we've had a brief observation period where the climbers have been able to take a look at the route, maybe take some notes, use the binoculars to have a closer look. And in the qualifiers, it's flash format, so the climbers are able to watch each other, and this means that there's a little bit of an advantage in the qualifiers with going a little bit later, whereas in the final format, there's no real advantage to a higher ranking, aside from maybe a little more rest while in isolation.
So we have the start list up. There are many people from different nations. First up, we start with Ilona from France, and then Erika from Finland, Marion also from France, and Franziska from Switzerland. And then there are some more Swiss, like Vivian Labaril and Selina Bossart, and then from the Netherlands, Annick Tepe, and from far away, from Japan, Haruko Takuchi. She was last week's winner, so she will be one to watch. And it's fun that she climbs last.
And here you can see the structure the climbers will be scaling tonight. Hopefully you can see the crowd there a little bit. Oh, I do see a little bit of a flame out there. And yeah, the crowd's in for a wonderful treat. And you are too. Thanks for tuning in.
So we don't know too much about the route yet, or have you looked up the route then?
I saw Yannick making some wild moves when we were getting started, and anytime Yannick is setting the route, it's going to be fun. So I really look forward to.
Normally there are not too many secure moves if Yannick is route setting.
Right, it's not going to be too easy with Yannick setting.
Yeah. But always spectacular.
Now, Sina, while we have a little bit of time, could you please tell us a little bit about your competition experience? And have you ever climbed here before at the O-block structure or in the past?
Yeah, I think this is the 4th time of this event. The 3rd time.
Wonderful.
And I was always here, so the last year went a bit better for me than today, but that's part of the game, I guess. So today I have some different job and another new experience.
Okay, so we have our first climber coming out, and
it's Ilona from France.
Right.
So she's quite new to the game, but already so strong. I trained like 2 times with her in Saas-Fee.
Oh, wonderful. Now, Sina, I'm sorry.
Ah, sorry.
Well-
And she's moving really well already. I think she has a strong sport climbing background, and you can really see it on the wall.
And the cheers are starting already.
Always the first moves are a bit nervous for me in my experience, but she seems confident.
And she's off. Here we go. Literally in the spotlight.
So the first moves are normally quite secure because the route setter don't want anybody to fall off low in the finals. But nerves always play a big role in this sport, so there is literally no guarantee.
And that's fun for folks watching too. You just never know. At any moment, folks might pop. But of course, these are some of the best in the world. So they're hoping that they can make the top. We've got every reason to believe we're going to see some tops.
So now it looks like a first crux is coming up. Nice.
And you can see the clock ticking, the time ticking in the lower right.
Yeah, time plays a huge role in this sport. So the best people are moving fast and efficient and don't doubt themselves at all, or at least it looks like it.
Oh, she's using that sport
Nice.
climbing background with
It
the
looks
hands.
like some dynamic movement, maybe.
And as much as you want to move fast, you certainly don't want to move too fast and fall with a
Yeah.
lot of time on the clock.
For a move like this, you want to be well prepared with your body and mind. She tries to do it static. Nice.
Oh, wonderful.
So good.
And the crowd cheers.
So 2 minutes left, so it's already a bit of a...
It looks like that chain came from Lauterbrunnen or something.
It looks kind of antique.
Right.
So now another far move from the chain. Nice, come on.
You're in the
That's
alley
so
from
good.
the crowd. Nice.
Now you want to walk over with your feet to make it more stable. And she does it nicely. Oh. Nice. So you see a lot of different holds here. We have some little stones. They are quite usual for Swiss comps. And like these holds she's on, they are from Korea. Most people like them a bit more.
Yeah, they're a little more stable than the stone or the metal holds that we typically see in Saas-Fee in Switzerland. Wonderful figure four.
Nice, really good. She's moving pretty fast and efficient, I think.
She's got 25 seconds, so we'll see how close to the top she can get. She's got great poise.
Now this needs a lot of body tension because you can't put the head of the tool on the wall. Nice.
So 10 seconds. See how many more holds she can get.
Nice, so good.
Okay, and she is out of time. Wonderful climbing.
Yeah, she climbed so high.
Excellent. Now, Sina, could you maybe explain for the viewers a little bit how the scoring system works?
Yeah, sure. So until last year, I think there was like the quick draws were counting a lot, but then they changed it, so it's similar rules to sport climbing actually. So every hold is a point, and then if you touch the next hold, then it's better obviously than if you just didn't reach it. So yeah, these are actually the points, but it's sometimes a bit hard to judge, I think, with touching or like moving on from a hold, So it's sometimes a little different. So the judges have to look really clearly. And if more than one athlete tops, the time will play the factor.
Excellent, great point, right? And that's not quite the case in the qualifiers. Time is not considered in terms of the rankings the same way that it is in the finals.
Because of the flash format, it wouldn't be too fair if there was also a time counting.
Excellent point.
Yeah.
Okay, so like Sina mentioned, we are moving up the rankings from the qualifiers. So often you'll see the climbers move a little higher and higher, but you never really know. And that makes it really exciting to watch because...
Sure. So Ilona made it look quite straightforward, but I think she climbed really well today. And she didn't seem so nervous from what I saw.
No, yeah, very smooth, very smooth.
It's sometimes nice to go first because, yeah, I know it that I don't put so much pressure on myself if I can go first. You can just kind of see what happens.
I was talking with Erica, our next climber. I was talking with her earlier today, and she had topped one route, and I think she was just seconds away from topping the second. So she knows how important the clock is and the time. And I remember for me transitioning from recreational climbing, the consideration of time is a little bit unique for the competitions.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you also have to manage it with not going too fast. You have to kind of find that sweet spot. Maybe one mistake of my qualification round.
So here she's about to start. Erica from Finland.
She's a really interesting lady. I think she just started last year and she already did so well, or maybe 2 years ago, I'm not so sure. And she's so excited to travel to all the comps.
Yep, always a big smile with Erica. And you can see they've got 3 minutes and 45 seconds on this climb, so it's not good enough just to be able to reach the top. You've got to be able to reach the top fast, and that is not easy.
Yeah, you kind of have to think ahead of every hold so that you can move efficient.
You can see her locking off with that left, reaching up with the right.
You can see the timing of the clips she does. It's like in ski racing. So she was a bit slower in clip 2 than Ilona, but almost the same, like a few seconds.
You see Erica's coming up on this dynamic move.
Let's see, I think she is a lot taller than Ilona was. So could be an advantage here.
She's using that volume a little differently than I think we had seen.
Ilona stood very high. Nice, come on.
Focusing.
Yeah, so good.
It did look like that was a little bit easier for her with the reach.
Yeah, there are some moves that are really a lot easier if you're taller, but there are also some other moves which are super hard. So it's for all shapes and sizes. Everyone has their own advantage.
And sometimes the size of the climber changes the style a little bit. I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes the smaller climbers are much more powerful. And maybe the taller climbers can get away with a little more reach.
Now another dynamic swing. Oh, nice.
Oh, that was great. Beautiful swing. Okay, so she is she has less than half her time left, and she's about halfway.
Now she's a bit faster than Ilona was because she went so fast on the dynamic part. Oh, yes.
Crowd's holding their breath, wondering.
Yeah, now some technical movements to the top.
Back on the stone hold. Okay, so we are at about 45 seconds here. She's got a chance at the top.
Yeah, but she needs to really go faster now if she wants to top, I think.
And the crowd is cheering, knowing she only has about 30 seconds left.
Nice. This one looks quite tensiony.
And she just passed the previous high point.
I think now for sure, no?
20 seconds.
It could be enough, maybe. Directly to the top hold.
Ooh, a little bit of a low clip there, and she's topping out with only seconds remaining. That's exactly what you want to do.
That must feel great. Oh, she can't.
Wow.
Nice. She's so happy.
Can you tell she's happy out there?
It was really smooth. But now I think I got the intention that it will be a race this final, so time will play a huge part.
But of course the other climbers don't know that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, maybe you sometimes hear the crowd cheering in isolation, and then I always get really nervous. I imagine some of the other girls behind her will be nervous too now.
She's still got strength to untie that knot, no problem.
Nice, so good.
Okay, our first top of the night. You can imagine for an athlete, you know, especially if you're traveling as far as Haruko, for instance, from Japan, you really want to reach that top. You can't control how well the other climbers, you know, are performing, but
of course, reaching the top is always amazing.
Right. Okay, so we will see how fast the other climbers are going.
Now we have Mario from France. So I'm really happy for her to climb here today and to see her.
This is a really special story, actually. I mean, not only is Marianne experienced and an excellent climber in general, she's performed very well at many World Cups and stood beside Sina on podiums.
Yeah, it's always nice with her. She's always showing a huge smile and so much support for everyone.
You're right.
So it's so nice to have her at this competition this season, because we won't see her at any other comp, or I'm expecting not to, because it's actually amazing. She's pregnant in the 4th month, and it's so super impressive that she still climbs so hard and so nicely, and also like the mental aspect, how she still goes for it. But she also knows like her limits and not to do anything too risky, I think. I talked to her. But it's so impressive and so nice to have her at this last comp of the season. I will really miss her on the next comps. Nice.
I've got to say, too, her parents are wonderful and always so friendly. Anytime I've seen them at World Cups, they're
her mom is actually joining a lot in Sasfe.
Right.
And you can see where Mario got her smile from.
Yeah, and the kindness and everything. Okay, Marianne.
Was very smooth.
Yeah, moving very well.
You can really see her experience in placing the tools and not wobbling too much on it anymore. Now she's also not very tall, so let's see if she can stand on the volume.
Yeah, it's really interesting comparing the climbers' styles and how they might do the moves a little differently with their own unique style.
Nice. Come on. Yeah.
So you can see she did that a little more statically. She didn't do it the same way that her teammate did.
I think if you can, you normally don't really want to jump because you always take a little risk, or we're not so used to it with tool set as maybe in sport climbing, but it's coming more and more. Nice. She's fast, 22 seconds ahead of Erika. So let's see if she can do this far move fast. Oh, nice. She just skipped the whole...
She sure did. Sometimes that's strategic. It's not always strategic. You don't always plan that in advance.
Yeah, and it needs some experience in route reading.
She really used the swing of that chain to her advantage.
It's so nice. And I think with not putting so much pressure on her this season, just being here to enjoy it and to see everybody, She's climbing so freely. It's so nice to watch.
Of course, skipping a move can also save a little bit of time, so we'll see if this continues to
for sure.
set her ahead. 44 seconds ahead of the other climbers at this point.
Nice.
So she probably knows she's got a chance at the top, doesn't want to move too fast.
No, hope the body tension move will still be okay. Because that are the ones she struggles a bit more, she told me. But no problem now.
I've seen her with that under so many times, just
so
reaching
cool.
up. Yeah, she's very smooth.
Nice. Come on. She still has 50 seconds left.
Plenty of time.
Come on. Nice. Oh.
It's hard for me. I want to be yelling "Allez" like everybody else. But
Yeah, I know. I always have to suppress that.
Oh, and that's just a relief, to hit that
so
top
cool.
hold and clip.
That's so cool.
Wow.
She did so well.
She's climbing for 2 right now, right?
That's a good story to tell your child when it's older.
Right. Wonderful.
So
wonderful.
good.
Got to be so happy for Marianne. I've got to tell a quick story about Marianne's mother. I was late for registration in Saspe last year, and I was running up the hill, and I realized that I might not make it in time, so I started putting up my thumb, and you can imagine maybe 1 or 2 cars passed. But then a car stops, and they pick me up to go, the few minutes up to the facility, and it was Marianne's mother.
Oh no, it's so crazy.
Stopped to pick me up. It was
That's
so
cool.
kind. I was so
And did you know her
grateful.
before?
No, I'd spoken with her father before, but not her mother. I just think that's a really fun story. She's just so nice and encouraging. Parents are wonderful.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm sure she's listening now.
Right. It's a fun opportunity to be able to give shout outs like that.
And also, what a way to finish your comp season before having this other adventure started. So it's so cool.
Yep.
Already happy to see her next year.
Got to be so happy for Marianne. We'll see how her time and that top pan out in terms of the rankings of the other climbers continue. We are 3 climbers in, so we're not even halfway.
I think she had 25, 30 seconds left. No, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I think she was a bit faster than Erika was.
Okay, and here we go, Franziska. So, Sina, this is one of your teammates.
Yeah, it's so good. We traveled a lot last year, and she is such a kind person, always really humble, and she sometimes doesn't even really realize how crazy strong she is. So, yeah. But normally she just shows her confidence on the wall, which is really beautiful to see. Just so supportive of everyone.
Yeah, I really enjoyed climbing with Franziska in Switzerland a couple years ago outside.
Yeah, she's really psyched for all the outdoor stuff and mixed climbing.
Highly accomplished outdoor alpine climber. Did she climb the Eiger in the past year or 2? Is that right? Are you aware of that?
I think she did.
I believe so. I know it's a...
Oh, but I'm not sure. I don't want to share any fake info. I have to ask her.
I remember talking with her about that. So she is off. You can see,
and she can climb fast and smooth.
And she's a little bit taller than maybe the previous athletes that we've seen, so we'll see how that impacts her style and movement.
And also, the Swiss support is great. She actually lives very close from here in Bern.
I think she said 10 minutes or so.
Yeah. So she didn't plan to compete too much this year because she, as we said, is really passionate about the outdoor stuff. But this one she couldn't miss out on.
Of course.
And now the dynamic move.
She's using the volume.
Yeah, no problem.
Look at that reach, right? Okay, and she is moving a little bit faster than the others so far.
Yeah.
And right there, she already hit the chain a little bit higher than I think we saw the other climbers. We'll see if she skips the hold like Marion.
Yeah, let's see. I think she will. Maybe if they looked at the route together.
Right, I was just going to say, sometimes the climbers are talking a little bit and chatting about the strategy.
Yeah, she does.
She didn't even think about that other hold.
Oh, she's really fast. And no wobble yet. Nice, really good.
Yeah, so Franziska is our fourth climber.
Oh, she tries to skip the metal.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
So we do see that her...
she's good in figure fours.
Yeah, she is. And her height is really working to her advantage with the time there, being able to skip that hold. When you're a little bit longer and super strong, you make it look easy, like Franziska is.
She has 1.5 minutes left still.
She might come down and climb the route again. Wow.
Nice, easy.
More than a minute remaining.
No struggle at all. So good.
All right.
Nice.
And you can hear the crowd cheering for
a great time.
Hometown climber. Excellent.
Might be hard to beat.
Sure. Especially for the climbers still in isolation, not knowing exactly how fast she went.
Because there was no move. She tried twice and no slip, no wobble, no shaking. So, yeah.
She skipped at least 2 holds.
Yeah. So I think it will be hard to beat. But let's see, there are some strong climbers left.
Sina may be a little bit biased too, rooting for her teammate.
Of course.
But that's only fair.
But there are some fast climbers left.
That's right. Sina, what are some other competitions you're planning on participating in this season?
I'm going next week to Bern in Czech. And then no more European Cups, or at least I don't think so at the moment. And then the plan is to do all the World Cups.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so it will be exciting. There are some more comps this season than the last ones.
Right, so yeah, this is the second competition of the season. And, please tune in for some of those other World Cups later in the season for more action.
Oh, sure. Now Vivian is coming. So also a good friend of mine. It's hard not to be a bit biased. But she can climb fast if she wants to too.
She's a very accomplished speed climber.
Yeah, exactly.
Not all the climbers perform well at both speed and lead. Vivian is one of the climbers who's very accomplished at both.
It's hard to do both because in speed there is a bit of a risk factor. And it also makes you a bit more tired if you have to focus on both, I guess. But she is really psyched for both of them. It's different to climb fast in lead though, but I think it makes you a bit faster in the legs maybe from speed.
And you know what it's like to move fast.
Yeah, fast and secure is like the thing.
Right.
Because you don't want to move fast to the fifth hole and then pop off.
Especially not before your home crowd here.
Yeah, there is some added pressure, definitely.
So do you think it for you, Sina, is that a good thing? You think maybe it makes the climbers perform a little bit better, or can that pressure not always be a good thing? I know there's two sides of the coin there.
Yeah, I think it really depends on the person. If you are really hyped by the crowd, and
so she's maybe not quite as long as Franziska, but she certainly got that no problem.
And Vivi really likes the crowd, she told me. So it will push her.
Cool.
It's quite fun.
Yeah, everybody's different. I know some climbers say they don't hear anybody cheer. Some I know myself, I'm definitely hearing the crowd cheer.
Yeah, I remember Yannick climbing with earpods.
Right. Oh, she's really using the swing.
Yeah.
She's not going to skip.
It's a more difficult solution, it looks like.
She was a little ahead in terms of the time, but we'll see.
Yeah, nice. Climb up the chain. Now she lost a bit of time, I guess.
I think so. Wonderful poise.
Yeah,
Maybe she's going to skip now.
That's good. Much better than
excellent.
nice. So still 2 minutes left, so she's not bad in time still. Even with this little, not mistake, but maybe
a little extra fun.
Extra fun, that's a good way to put it.
Okay, so we can see Vivi is just a little behind Franziska at this point, about 15 seconds.
Let's see if she skips this one. No, she's not.
Okay, but she still is ahead of Marianne, so as long as she tops,
yeah, smooth, nice.
Got a great chance at the podium.
Good.
Okay, and she's kind of turning it on here.
Yeah, no hesitation on the last moves. Nice.
All right, another top. Wonderful.
So good. No one used this left hold where her knees is. So good.
Excellent.
It's so good.
Well, she certainly still had a lot of time.
Yeah, she was a bit slower than Franziska was, but maybe second in the ranking.
I believe so.
I believe so.
So the extra swing on the chain took some time, but of course Vivi also has no idea how the other climbers performed. So
sure.
Sometimes you're coming down and you're happy about topping, and here's Vivi looking at Sina.
She was looking at me, and I gave her a thumbs up. Nice. So now it's going well for the Swiss.
Excellent. Got to be happy for Vivi.
Of course.
And we're seeing a lot of tops, which I think is, especially if you're watching, you're rooting for the climbers. Of course, if you're the climber, you want to reach the top, but even the crowd is rooting for the climbers to reach the top, right?
Yeah,
so it's fun to see the tops.
Also, maybe not exactly what the route setters planned. Normally, you want maybe 1, 2 tops, maybe 3, but that's part of the game and better than the other way around, I think.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so we talked about some of the World Cups coming later on this season. We have another competition in Switzerland, in Saas-Fee, for one of the Classic World Cups. I'll share more about that schedule soon, but we've got another Swiss climber coming.
Yeah, it's Selina, and she is also really strong this season. I trained a lot with her, and I really hope to convince her to come to Korea with us. So I hope she hears this again and maybe makes the plans.
I hope she comes to Korea too.
Yeah, because she has great chances to make it to the finals, I think, or maybe even farther.
She's so strong. Yeah, so Korea is the very first World Cup of the season in January.
Exactly. Yeah, Korea is a very long wall with a lot of endurance needed. So it's maybe 3 times as long as this wall. About this?
Yeah, more than twice for sure. Okay, and Selena's off.
We will also see her brother Benjamin later. So
That's
it's
right.
nice to have brother and sister
Yeah, it's wonderful.
climbing together.
So you can't imagine if if Selena has heard the cheers of the crowd. Maybe she knows there's been some tops. She doesn't know
I think she knows for sure.
particular times, but she knows that she can probably reach the top no problem, and that other folks are reaching the top.
And I think she knows that she has to go really fast.
Yep.
Nice. Let's see, she's maybe like the average height.
I was going to
of all
say
the
she's somewhere in
competitors.
between,
Yeah.
right?
Nice.
Excellent.
No problem at all, and really efficient.
Okay, and you can see she's like, all right,
Yeah, she's
go
on time.
Yep. So she's pretty much right on par with Vivi in terms of the time, but maybe a little bit behind
Yeah, exactly.
Franziska. And she's
On the
not
time,
skipping that
she
hold.
decides
It's
not to
okay.
skip. But it's not always more efficient to skip because it often makes the move harder.
And that was a pretty efficient
Yeah.
transition to the next hole.
That was maybe as fast. Nice, she's doing really well.
The crowd's cheering, hoping to see another top here. Oh, and now Selena is a little
Wow.
bit ahead. in
Yeah,
terms of
she's
the
really
time.
fast.
Wow.
Yeah, and it helps a bit if you know there are a lot of tops and you know that you have to go fast and that the route maybe is not on the hard side.
Okay, she didn't skip, but she's still ahead in terms of the time.
Oh,
It's going to be close. How exciting. You also don't want to move too fast, like Sina mentioned.
yeah, exactly. But it looks still very secure.
Lots of confidence.
No problem at
As
all.
she reaches the top
don't forget
hold.
to clip.
The climbers have
Oh,
been...
don't forget to clip. Oh, no. Oh, that happened so quickly. It happened to me almost
Okay.
last time in Oblak.
Now this is a great example. I mean, it's a sad example, but it's an example of how sometimes moving a little bit too fast can be problematic.
That you want to clip like 2 draws from the same hold because it's really quick. But if you're on the top, you get so excited and you just want to clip the top.
Oh, so yeah, we saw some climbers clip a little bit low, but around the waist for the second to last clip. And unfortunately, Selena skipped a clip. So Sina, please tell us how that works in terms of the scoring.
Normally they score you down until maybe... Well, it's now hard to say because they have the new rule without the clips counting. But I think they score you down to the last hold you could reach the clip hold.
Well, and you know, we did see people on the top hold.
Or they give you a top and just
I think that
not
she's
the
going
whole
to
score.
I think she's going to get all of the points, but not the top. Which would
that makes sense. Yeah.
which would mean that since she was the 5th. We'll see how it pans out. I don't want to.
But super bad for her. She was so fast. But
And
I have to tell her that this was such a confident run, and this is definitely a reason to go to Korea.
I agree. And it really is the Korean style to move quickly, strongly.
Quickly, efficient.
Right.
Maybe a bit of more endurance involved, but you can't really make it too pumpy. If it's not so steep, it's more like on the technical side normally.
Right. And I know sometimes these, they're trying to keep people safe here with all these clips. For experienced climbers, most climbers have climbed with much more distance between the
they
clips.
are used to run it out.
Right. So it's a challenge to clip too. The climb is not everything.
So we have Annick next from the Netherlands. It's nice to see some more Dutch climbers now. There was a long time only Marianne and Dennis who are really like a long time on the circuit. So it's nice to see some new guys.
She is relatively new. I think that at the Dutch Cup 2 years ago. It was one of her first seasons, and it's just so encouraging to see someone progress so rapidly.
Yeah, she improved so much in the last 2 years.
Was she on the podium last week, Sina? I believe maybe.
I think she was third. I believe so,
think
yeah.
so. I think you're right, yeah. Okay, so now we're really keeping our eyes on the time. We know that these climbers are certainly capable of reaching the top.
I think her pace is maybe slightly slower in these first few moves.
And that's natural for a climber with maybe a little less mileage than the more experienced climbers to move a little more slowly, but we'll see how she does.
Yeah, good. The first figure 4 here. I think she actually lives in France because we joined the French Championships a few weeks ago and she was also there and she didn't drive too far. Nice, very easy. And she doesn't look so tall neither.
You know, she reminds me a little bit of Marion when Marion's not pregnant, especially. They've got about the same sort of frame.
Yeah, exactly.
Very, very smooth climbing style.
Let's see how she does this.
Yeah, we'll see how much swing she does. We'll see if she skips. She's getting the clip.
Now you can see in the time that she's slightly slower than the top competitors of the... But I think if she keeps going, it's still enough for a top.
Oh, she certainly has time for the top, I think.
So great to see how fast she progressed.
Oh, she's showing off a little bit there with the one-arm dangle. Yes.
Maybe also on these SAM holes, the little stone on the plastic underground, they are maybe a bit more sketchy for some other nations because the Swiss people train a lot on them. But maybe I shouldn't say that because I fell off from one of them today. Maybe a bit too confident sometimes.
Okay, she is moving right along. Yeah, so I know coming from the United States, I was very much looking forward to being on these holds as the preparation for the Swiss World Cup. We'll see how Annick does. She certainly has enough time to top. The stone holds are no problem at this point for her. She's on to the resin holds. She's still ahead of Erica, and Erica topped.
Yeah, very good. Nice.
She's just wanting to be sure.
Yeah, this hold, some people were like looking a bit more careful at it than some of the others.
Okay, and the clip's right there. She's not going to forget that. But with 18 seconds, it's not a sure thing. I think she's going to get it.
I think so too.
Right. She's rushing a little bit, so excited.
Oh, now don't get too nervous for the clip.
See?
Nice.
Okay, with 5 seconds remaining. Wonderful. So I believe she had a few seconds to spare compared to Erica, but she was not quite as fast as the others.
Maybe on time with Erica, or maybe a few seconds faster?
Maybe a few seconds faster. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what the official time is. But she's all smiles there. And there's Tom giving her a big hug.
Nice to see.
Tom, her partner. Okay, wonderful.
So good that they do it together and they are both getting stronger and pushing each other.
I think Tom's been climbing for longer than she is. And you can see they just make a great team. And he's just thrilled for her to reach the top. I was going to say, they're just looking forward to a big hug, right? Yeah.
So nice.
That's great. I remember Tom being so helpful at that Dutch Cup, talking with me, helping me out. They're another great couple. There aren't that many couples in climbing, but I guess in the Netherlands it's
Yeah,
it's
in the
kind of the
Netherlands,
standard.
it's kind of the standard.
Okay, so we are more than halfway through our women's finals.
I think more than halfway now.
Certainly more than halfway, right? We're more than halfway, and we're seeing plenty of tops. Got to be happy for these climbers.
I mean, you can't do better than top. The time is another thing, but if you did the top, you did all the moves very well and quick enough. So it's a lot of happy faces today.
Okay, I believe we are at our
Yeah,
final.
Haruka should
female.
be the last competitor.
Right. I always thought that maybe Haruko had her own unique style. I don't know if it's a Japanese thing. She just seems to be very calm, very strong, all those wonderful things, and do things a little bit differently. I'm really referring to watching her in UIAA.
Yeah, she
years
looks
ago.
a bit like the Korean style. Maybe she trained
Sure.
with them a lot.
Right.
So
right.
it's so smooth, nice to watch. You're never scared watching them. She also won last weekend, so
She's
maybe
pretty
make
confident.
it 2 out of 2.
Right. I remember her doing some figure fours on the ice in UIAA, and the American climbers weren't really doing that. Not many other climbers were doing that. She's really fun to watch. I hope you enjoy Haruko climbing the finals route.
Oh,
She's
for
ready.
sure.
She's ready.
And she puts so much effort in this. I mean, Japan is not like 5 minutes away from here.
Right.
She seems so excited to compete always.
Haruko's fairly experienced in terms of the World Cup circuit.
Oh yeah, she did a lot of finals. I
She's done a
don't
lot.
think the podium yet, but not sure. Very close for sure.
She's almost a fixture in the finals.
Yeah, she's making almost every finals.
Right.
So if you have a lot of consistency, it really shows that you are good at this sport, I think.
I agree. And again, we're kind of keeping our eyes on the clock. We've got every reason to believe Haruko can top. Don't want to jinx her, of course, but
Yeah,
see.
it's now maybe a bit slower.
And
Now
Haruko's
this-
not quite as tall as Franziska,
She's maybe almost the smallest.
but Vivi is not quite as tall as Franziska either, and actually topped a little bit faster. So anybody can do it. And if anybody can do it, Haruko can. The #1 position.
Oh, for sure. She's able to stand down.
Using the volume.
It's more like a shoulder move than a dyno almost.
Right.
But she jumped a bit. But now she has to speed up a bit,
Right.
which she is good at. I think she has a lot of endurance.
And sometimes smooth is fast, right?
Yeah, of course. Some people don't look fast, but they are actually
I think
pretty
it's-
fast.
Right. I think it's remarkable that we saw Vivi swinging,
Yeah.
getting a couple extra swings in
I
on
think
that chain.
Vivi really likes dynamic movement. And she got a bit excited on that, I guess.
Well, and those extra swings didn't cost her in terms of her final time.
No, she really climbed the rest of the route so fast.
You can hear the crowd cheering on Haruko coming from so far away. It's just kind of natural and human to want to see these climbers perform their best.
She still has a minute left, so enough time to make the top.
Okay, but you can see in terms of the time, she's really going to have to turn it on here if she wants to maintain her #1 position. Hearing the gumba from the crowd.
Nice. Yeah, it's always exciting to listen to every different nation cheering differently.
Okay, she's still got it.
No
Oh,
problem.
she's getting the
Wow.
clip at the waist.
Yeah, almost happened the same thing.
She's topped
Good.
out. Wonderful. Congratulations, Haruko. Okay.
It's also always hard to go last, I think. Because everyone is watching you a bit more closely and has some expectations.
Sina has a lot of experience with that. I myself don't. Sina has a lot of experience with that. You can see the very courteous bow, waving to the crowd. She's very happy. But she is unsure about exactly where she fits in with the timing.
Yeah, of course. But she can be happy with it.
Of course. I'm happy for Haruko too, right? We're all happy for Haruko.
So now we are finished with the women's final.
Wow. A day at the races.
Oh yeah, for sure. It normally goes quickly if everyone pops off lower, but this time it was still quick because everyone climbed so fast.
Marianne came to say hi.
She looks really happy.
She does. She should be. We're happy for her too. Happy for the whole family.
Gut, wenn richtig trainierte Sportlerinnen schnaufen verhauen
So
20
now I
weniger. Also
think
ich
we have
würde
a
schon
bit
wie eine
of a
Dampflok
break
nach
before the
irgendwie
men
dem
start.
dritten Griff. Darum wahnsinnige Leistung. Was ist für dich persönlich die Schlüsselstelle? Wo hast du am meisten gebissen oder hast du am meisten Mühe gehabt?
Okay, so we've just gotten the news that we're going to have about 5 or 10 minutes or so before the men come. So refill that hot chocolate, refill the bowl of popcorn, use the toilet if you need to. We're going to have a great show with the men coming next.
We just watched Yannick clipping in all the draws for the route observation.
He's not using tools. He is using the crampons.
But he is cheating with using the draws at least.
And Yannick is a very experienced World Cup climber himself, if folks aren't aware. He's kind of a legend here in Switzerland, as far as I know.
For sure.
And maybe around the world.
Yeah, he really was the first Swiss for a long time who really did win World Cups. And yeah, it was kind of a breakthrough, I think, for Switzerland in ice climbing again after the good old times. And now he is a lot of doing alpinism and guiding and also route setting every now and then. It's a stressful job for sure, route setting. I think you get more nervous than climbing even because if the route is bad, everyone blames you. But from what I can tell, the route looks really interesting, maybe with some new obstacle we didn't see so far.
Right, yeah, we had a chain on the women's route. We've got something between a pull-up bar and a barbell here on the men's route.
Well, and if I had to look at the route, I wouldn't really know what to do with that. What about you?
Right, I joked earlier about maybe some one-arm pull-ups or something being involved there. Yannick really has a fun style of climbing. Okay, let's take a look at the women's rankings here. So Franziska, looks like Franziska has won the...
She was indeed hard to beat.
That's right.
It was such a perfect performance. We have a Swiss double win.
Wow.
So really a second. And she also climbed so fast even with this short swinging adventure in between.
and I don't know, we're going to have to pull out the record books, but we might have our first... Sina, how would you describe that?
Our first climber for two, maybe the youngest podium climber.
We've got
So
the,
cool.
yeah, we've got to be happy for Marianne performing so well, climbing for
So
two. Yeah, so
amazing.
four on the podium today for the win.
Oh yeah. She actually told me she just decided like 2 days ago to come to the competition. So it was definitely worth it.
Wow. Okay, so again, we're here in Switzerland. We've just finished the women's final. We're about to watch the men. We've just got the rankings. Franziska Schönbachler in first, Vivian Labarille in second, and Marion Seman Thomas. There we go. Haruko finished in fourth. Wonderful. Anik in fifth, as you can see from
There
the
it's
Netherlands.
really close on the times.
Wow,
Just a
thanks
few
for pointing
seconds.
it out. Wow.
Splitting them. And Selina is so unfortunate because she would have been maybe on the podium for sure, I think, maybe even won.
Right. Yeah, almost a
So,
Swiss
yeah.
podium.
But I'm sure if she watches the stream again, she will see how well she climbed. And yeah, she won't do this mistake again because it's all a learning. And you get a bit more aware of these things if they happen to you, even though it hurts in the moment.
I remember you telling me that, Sina. Oh, and here we've got Franziska coming. Wonderful. Franziska, why don't you hop on here? Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. Woo.
Congratulations. How did that feel? It looked amazing.
Yeah, it feels good. Yes, that's a good payoff after being so nervous in isolation and stuff. Yeah.
And how was the route?
It was nice. It was flowy, I would say.
Yeah, you climbed very slowly.
Yeah.
And did you hear from the isolation that you maybe have to go fast? Did you hear people cheering?
I just heard people cheering, and because the people were climbing long, I thought, oh, they will go high. There won't be a very hard move in the first part, so I thought they have to go with confidence and just to keep on moving.
No, that's cool. You definitely went with confidence.
Thank you. I love to belay you after Sina. You will do it in 1 minute.
Maybe I will be drinking too many glühweins.
Maybe. We will share that one. Yeah.
Did you know you were going to skip those moves ahead of time, or how spontaneous were those skips?
Yeah, the one with the chain, or the whole after the chain, I knew I will skip. So, and the other one, I was just in the mood to figure, and then I felt like, why don't just continuing figuring and just skip the undercling, because underclings are always a bit sketchy. Especially if you
I
cannot
really can
stand
relate.
it. I thought, what would Sina do in this moment? And I did exactly the same. Yes.
What wonderful camaraderie between the teammates.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And have a nice evening.
You too.
What a treat. What a treat. Thanks for coming by, Franziska. Okay, wow. Well, you can just hear the Swiss athletes cheering each other on, and very happy for Franziska and Vivi and everybody here, of course. And we're happy that you tuned in. So glad that you could join us this evening. And we weren't lying in terms of some wonderful action. We've got hugs and cheers and more to come. So again, refill your beverage and get ready for more wonderful climbing and more excitement. The men will be up soon. Okay, so again, we've got the men coming soon. We're going to take about a 5-minute break here in Bern, Switzerland at the second event on the world tour of the UIAA Ice Climbing Continental Open. We're only halfway through the night's action. So again, 5-minute break. Again, get yourself another beverage, and we will be back soon.
See you soon.
Und langsam besichtigen wir uns runter in die beste Platzhalle. Wir haben gleich zum Vorstellen unserer Finalisten will be starting soon with the presentation of our finalists. Santé les ensemble à vous présenter nos finalistes qui s'étendent maintenant. That's the presentation. We'll start presenting our finalists. Wir kommen zu den Finalisten und daheim als erstes hier News from Spain, Javier Paredes. En dan haben wir bereits aus Liechtenstein Continental. Weiter geht's mit dem Nachschauen. Next out of Liechtenstein, Ligus Beck. Daheim, oder? Weiter geht's als nächstes aus der Schweiz, Benny Buffons. Und kommt hinein mit der Polizei, Michel Devan. And all the way from the United America, make noise for Noah Beckman. Der dritte Liechtensteiner am Start und da ist Andreas Gattner. Und last but not least, einer vom Fünfergespann alle zusammen. Top 10 in der Qualifikation, Jonathan Arthur, der Fritsch Brown. Sondern es ist auch für Sie parat geworden. Das erste Sieg für euch zum Besichtigen. The round of minutes of observation starts now. Also hier mal von Minuten zum Besichtigen. Wir werden so eine von allen zusammen, zusammen die erste Rad nach der Qualifikation. Und somit haben wir die germanische Quetschnatur, also das ist nicht der Antwort, man gut, das ist bis jetzt am ersten gewesen. Der Michel Devan, der Noah Beckman, der Andreas Gattner und der Jonathan Arthur Brown. Die fünf an Rang 1 nach der Qualifikation und dem Viertelfinale. Punkt durchmischt. Die vorherige Reihe hat es der Konstantin und der Linus Beck, die 6, 7 und 8 in der Qualifikation. Was sagt ihr? 2, 3 und 4 Best. Und aus der lokalpatriotischen Verknüpfung auf der großen Kunst der Jonathan Brown. Das Gerüst der Frauen sieht bereits wunderprächtig aus. Also eigentlich erwarten wir bereits, dass sie national hören, die Siegerin am Schluss. Und dann gehen wir auf die zweite Linie ziehen. Und wir werden spielen. Und genau, wenn wir uns Skifahrverein Zündungsringe beim Oberflorblock, das ist sicher eine sehr, sehr spannende Stelle. Das Rail nach vorne sehr rechts abhängend. Ich bin sehr gespannt, wie da die Athleten mit der Schwierigkeit werden umgehen. Eine Neuheit, so scheint es noch nie gegeben. So a rather interesting spot right here where we got the lights on. Never seen before. Obstacle. Our route set to explain there. As you can imagine, metal on metal, that's going to be quite slippery. Die nächste wird Sina Götze, die beim Livestream zu hören ist. Aktuell haben wir unsere Finalisten hier unten drunter anschauen. Du aus Athletinnen-Sicht, was läuft jetzt genau? Was machen die Athleten? Sie reden ja auch miteinander. Ich meine, Einzelsport. Was läuft jetzt ab da vorne? Wenn du die Route anschaust, wo hast du das Gefühl, was wird eine Schwierigkeit sein?
From the metal to the lens, then the tube. Then the tube with the right eye sacs, and a crimp on the right, and the cling then, and then a bit of I don't know, like this or like this maybe. Maybe with the orange one, maybe the left hand. Yeah, maybe the match on the knuckling, left hand. Go on the red one, go on the shoulder, feet on the volume, you jump, you go to stop. Match. No. Yeah. Short. Then I go long. Yeah. Short. I cross. Short. Directly. Like this. Yeah. And you go like this or like this? Like this with the right. Ah yeah. I'm more stable. So you put like this and you can stand like this. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Long. Short, and nothing. Short. I go long. Maybe. I change short, then I'm back to the second. Vertical one. Cube. Icex. And crimp. Come up and clink. I think the jump is that easy. It's really small. It's small. But it's like this. Yeah, but it's really small. No? To aim. But this is okay. Like that. First, I go long, then short, and then under.
So we are back now with the route observation of the guys. So they have a few minutes time to look at the route and discuss where the cruxes are and how to take the holds.
You can see some of them are speaking together. Actually, most of them are speaking together.
Yeah, it's mostly a very friendly atmosphere and everyone is pretty close as it's a small sport, and I think that's kind of the beauty of it.
Right, so you've got some teammates speaking together. You've got, Benji from Switzerland speaking with Virgil from France, and you've got some folks arm in arm heading back to isolation.
So now the first athlete normally stays in some, like in between isolation, so that he can come up very quickly and start his climb.
And now it looks like we're going to be on the looker's left side of the wall here. I was speaking with Yannick, one of the route setters, just moments ago, and always interesting to hear the route setter's perspective on what's going on. He didn't fill me in on the big bar that we're seeing on the route.
I think our first athlete will maybe show us how it's done, or hopefully.
Yeah, I think we're in for a treat. I don't think that is there just as a distraction. Sometimes I've wondered if they have just a decoy hold, right?
No, I don't think so. Also, there is like this black plate underneath the hold before the metal thing. So maybe there's something up to this.
Okay, we've got our start list here. So another nice representation from around the world. We're going to have Spain starting first with Javier.
And Konstantin from Liechtenstein. Also Linus from Liechtenstein. We also have a lot of Liechtenstein guys, so it's nice to see. They're close to Swiss, almost Swiss. And then Benjamin Bossard from Switzerland, who is like very known on the podium. And Virgil Deva from France. And Noah Bergman from the US. I don't know much about him.
Now I get to be a little bit biased. Of course, I've got to hold myself back rooting for Noah, one of my teammates. He's been on the circuit for a few years now. Took last year off, I believe he had said, but then we've got Andy.
Yeah, Andy is also almost like a teammate, it feels. And of course, Jonathan Arthur Brown is the last one coming out. And he is always strong and smooth.
Now, most of these names are really familiar for folks who have watched before. I think for me, in terms of the finals and podiums and that sort of thing, maybe a couple of those Liechtenstein guys are
maybe almost a bit of a surprise to them, maybe. Because the first two guys from Liechtenstein are really young still, not so experienced. But it's nice to see. I trained a lot in Liechtenstein and saw them a lot. And they have a coach who invests so much time and heart in them. And it's so cool to see that it pays off so quickly.
I think I remember Konstantin from the Swiss Cup a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And of course, the Gantner brothers from Liechtenstein have been performing very well around the world for some time.
Oh yeah, they are quite experienced, but it's nice to see some other guys from Liechtenstein also coming up.
Okay, and our first male climber here in the finals will be out momentarily. And you never really know, especially with Yannick setting these routes, you never really know, particularly when there's a meter-long bar just dangling, and yeah, it's going to be a treat.
Maybe I guess you will slide down on. Oh, we just got Yannick to give us some information for the route. So Dan just got him for us. So Yannick, it's nice that you are here to discuss the route with us. We have some new interesting obstacles, let's say, and we didn't really find out the beta 100%. So maybe you could clear us up a bit how you did intend.
You have. Oh. Yeah, thank you. First of all, you can tell me what do you think it could be?
Oh no, now it's a test.
Like any good teacher.
So I think you need to jump from this metal one to
Yeah.
the bar
Yeah.
and then catch yourself on the hold
Nah,
or with the hand.
that would be like too technical for the first time we're gonna set that. The idea is that you jump on the bar, you slide down the bar, and you have to stop with your feet.
With your feet.
Yeah, like just kick in
Ah, okay.
the plywood, and when you're like missing your feet around the corner, you will slide
will
all
slide
over
down.
the bar. That's like the idea.
That's
So it's
genius.
kind of coordination, technical,
Yeah.
and yeah.
But
Hey, Rob.
are you allowed to hold this with your hand?
Yeah, it's like a normal hold. So you're allowed to hold everything also with your hand.
Okay.
And for the next move, it's a good
It's-
idea.
yeah,
yeah,
it's not very-
for sure. But we figured out like it would make no sense, or we tried to make it like this that you can't jump to the bar with your hands
Ah, yeah, it's too
because
far. Yeah.
otherwise it's too far.
Nice.
Now let's make a picture with Rob. Cool. Yeah. You need some more details?
Yeah, you think some guys will maybe catch it with the hand when the tool is already on?
Yes, but then you have the problem that somewhere you have to go with your other tool,
Yeah, that's right.
and then you don't have enough time
Ah, yeah, that makes
to
it.
change.
That makes it more
But
like.
you know, I'm kind of nervous, so let's
Oh, I
see how the
believe
guys
so.
are doing.
Thank you.
Cool, thank you.
What a treat. What a treat. Thanks, Yannick.
So did you hear Yannick's idea?
Please tell me, please. I heard some of that.
So his intention is that they will jump to the bar, then start sliding down because it's like turned a bit downward, and then kick in their feet fast enough that they don't slide down completely. I hope, yeah. But he also told me he's a bit nervous because it's probably hard to read.
Right, right. Really, really giving the climbers a chance to be creative and spontaneous and adaptive here. You can imagine what
So now
Javier
let's
might have been
see.
thinking starting off. Representing Spain.
There are a lot of Spanish guys joining the Continental Cups. So he is the only finalist today, but there are a lot of really strong guys who could make it.
And they're on the clock too, of course. Similar time to the women.
Yeah, the route is also not so long, so I imagine it's quite bouldery. Yes. No problem so far.
Ooh. Providing a little excitement for us. You never know when these folks might pop, of course.
And also these moves are always kind of making us nervous as climbers. Because you need a lot of tension, and if your foot slips or anything slips, you are out immediately.
He's matching tools on that Sam
Yeah,
hold.
he's not sure if he is right, but I think he is.
Oh, and some of these Spanish climbers, actually most of the Spanish climbers are outstanding rock climbers as well, so he was trying that out.
Yeah, I watched them at the climbing gym, climbing some routes, so they're really fit in sport climbing too.
Wow, look at the way he's managing that hold there.
Oh, he has a bit of a struggle with the other two.
Okay, but
Nice.
now he's matching and he's set. You can hear
Oh, he is almost at the fun move.
right, and the crowd is roaring.
Now you see the cross on the wall. That means he has to clip from there. Yeah, he would have to clip from the cross.
And a little extra fall
yeah.
there because he fell while clipping, so.
So a little adrenaline rush if that happens.
Wow.
So you have to climb pretty clean on the start, but it doesn't look incredibly hard. But quite sketchy, so no room for mistakes, of course.
And you saw him kind of slip on one of the holds there, maybe one of the SAM holds. This is very technical, very technical.
And sometimes
movement.
it's good if you slip a bit into the sweet spot of the hold. And then you notice, oh, now it's gonna hold. But sometimes you just slip completely, and then it's obviously bad.
And once you slip, I feel like it gets my nerves going a little bit, right?
For sure.
You know that falling is a
you
real
are awake
possibility.
immediately.
Okay. So we are about to watch the second male climber try this very exciting route. I am just really looking forward to seeing climbers
Also,
jump on that
always
bar.
a shout out to the belayers because it's not the easiest job in dry tooling competitions.
That's right. Yeah, all the organizers deserve a lot of credit
Oh, for sure.
for all the work involved.
Like a lot of voluntary work.
We've got Tobias Suter and Ron Collar, I believe.
Yeah, they invested so much time so quickly.
In addition to Yannick, of course, helping out both with the route setting and with the commentating tonight.
Yeah, it's always if you talk to them during Southway, they are so wasted from all the work they have done. So it's really appreciated.
Okay, for the viewers at home, Sina, could you describe where is Liechtenstein?
It's a really small country between Switzerland and Austria. It's really close from my place, so in the east of Switzerland. Yeah, it's so small, but they have so many strong climbers. So
Right.
probably the record for the population.
And Sina and I have actually trained in Liechtenstein together.
Yeah, I train a lot there because it's really close from my home, and I can also be really thankful that they put up this structure because it helped my climbing tremendously.
Wonderful. Okay, he's doing very well here, moving very smoothly.
And now a first crux move, I think. Yeah, it looks slippery. This one looks sketchy.
Yannick loves his unders.
Yeah. But they train this a lot. They set a lot of underclings on the wall in Malboon. He is doing so good for the experience he has, especially. So good to see. Nice. Nice.
And yes, that is a metal
he
hold
goes there.
Ooh, very smooth. Wonderful. He's approaching the bar. We're all
We all
forward
want
to
to
see
see.
it. Just going to bite my tongue and hold my breath here and see what
when
he does.
clips. I think the belayer is too.
Right.
Nice. Still has 2 minutes, so no hurry for the jump. Come on, come on. Oh, he just got stuck on the volume with his pick.
Wow.
But a really nice try and a great competition for him.
He didn't hesitate too much, right?
No.
He just gave that a shot and almost got it.
Yeah, I think he prepared it well. Took a one breath and then went for it. So that's how you are supposed to do these jumps normally.
Okay. And he did make it just a little bit farther than the first climber from Spain, so hopefully he speaks with his friends and is enjoying being the lead.
Oh, for sure.
And of
And-
course, all these climbers are happy to make finals. That's kind of
Yeah.
the paramount goal.
Now it's also nice to watch how the others do if you are a bit earlier in the camp.
Wow. Yeah, wow, that was so much fun to see the attempt at the bar there. We got the third climber up, another gentleman from Liechtenstein. He was right before me today climbing. I was really impressed with this guy. He climbed so strong.
He actually was a really strong youth climber, and then he stopped for a couple of years. He had some other interests, and then he came back. Also, his sisters are also here, like
Right.
Lorena and Leah. So it's a real ice climbing family. It's so good to see that they all love this sport so much.
It's interesting hearing Sina speak about the youth program. Sina, am I right that you were a part of the youth team for Switzerland for a while?
Yeah, I try to coach now the youth a little bit. And I was also in the youth team not too long ago. Yeah, it's fun if you come up really young and like you don't have so much pressure and expectations on you, and you just get into it for the fun. And now it's so good to coach the youth. They are also motivated, and you're really happy when they progress. And if someone is like really intrinsically motivated, they progress really fast, and that's so cool to see.
He is off and away. So where does he fit in terms of age with the sisters?
I think
Do you have any idea?
he is older than Lorena and younger than Leah, so around 20, 21, something like this. Not too sure, but it should be something like this.
Looking good.
Nice. Now they actually adapted their no-make a bit. It's like with a longer handle.
Oh,
The
right.
tool, and like the coach of the Liechtenstein team did this no-make to his athletes, and he invested a lot of time in it and a lot of energy, and it seems to work.
Certainly working well for them tonight. Yeah, it's worth noting that many of the competitors have different boots, different tools, and it's part of the kind of culture and different strategies to do things a little bit differently and test some things out. Okay, he's approaching the bar.
Now hold your breath.
He's getting a swing
come on.
here. Ooh.
I think the left hold is not too good, no?
No, that's a little bit of a sketchy hold there, right? As if the bar wasn't hard enough.
Yeah, we also saw Javier like fall while clipping from this hold, so it's probably hard to jump from it. But I'm sure we will see it.
No, I'm trying to recall. I seem to recall the last climber from Liechtenstein, the first from Liechtenstein, maybe touching the volume but not touching the bar.
Yeah.
Whereas I believe he did not touch the bar. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where the points.
Yeah, the first like Constantine, I think he was like kind of stuck with his pick on the volume. And normally you are not allowed to use the volume with your pick, so I don't think he will get more points.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, Sina. I think that they're probably tied at this point.
I think so too.
Part of what's nice about having this high quality video is that the judges are able to review and be sure that they're getting this right. All right, Benjamin Bossard from Switzerland up.
So let's see what he will do with it. He really likes to jump, I think.
What do you think is crossing? What do you think is going through his? He's looking at that bar. It's exactly what he's looking at, right?
I think maybe he has a bit of more pressure than other ones because he is like more known for his results. So for me, it puts some pressure on it if you know that you have done some podiums and stuff. But normally he handles it very well.
Now, is that, personal expectations or expectations from others? A little bit of both?
Yeah, a little bit of both, but normally it's always the personal expectation that
Sure.
gets you, I guess.
Crowd cheering Benji on. Benji's no stranger to the podium,
Oh no, for sure not.
both here in Switzerland and I believe many other places.
Yeah, he climbed really secure in the qualification, like really taking his time and checking every hold.
I do believe I heard him say it was something like a walk, though.
Yeah, of course it felt pretty easy for him, but you don't want to mess up the walking.
You can trip even in the park. Let's see how
Yeah.
Benji does as he approaches the high point from the other climbers.
I think he maybe knows that the others didn't go so far, so he tries to climb a bit more secure, maybe.
And so aside from the cheers, it's also a time thing, right?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
if
for
these
sure.
climbers are utilizing all of their time, then you're waiting that much longer, whereas if they're falling earlier, you're...
Then you know that it's hard.
That's right. But I think that Benjamin is
Now he
extremely
uses this
strong
hold.
with movement and dynamic moves. I've seen him do some wonderful things in Saasfe and elsewhere.
Yeah, he also really likes to practice dynamic moves.
Okay.
So, but this is kind of a coordination because you have to get your feet in. That's what Yannick said. Nice.
Just going to let Benji do the talking here.
I'm getting nervous too.
Seeing where he is statically with the reach.
Oh, but I get nervous the longer he hangs on this left hold.
Oh, see? Very adaptive, using his hand. Excellent.
That's a beta break from what Yannick said.
I was going to say, I think he knows Yannick's style.
Nice. I think Yannick will be a bit relieved if someone sticks it.
Yannick's got a great smile over there. He's so happy for Benji. It's like Benji read his mind.
Yeah. I am also relieved for the route setters because you want to put on a great show, and that's what they did.
Okay, so Benji's got about a minute left. Of course, Benji wants to reach the top. The crowd wants Benji to reach the top.
He's very good in time.
He can do it. We all know he can do it.
This might be another dynamic move, no? This might be another dyno.
I just want to scream for Benji so bad. Oh! You can tell he really wanted
Yeah,
that.
he really wanted to top, but it was a good performance.
He probably, well, he might not know he's in first place right now. He's going over to to talk with the route setters, get some pounds around. Nice job, Benji.
Yeah, of course you always want to top, but you still have to climb so well under pressure.
Oh, it's so fun seeing those greats interacting and nice job, Benji. Great work out there. Fun stuff. You know, Sina, how would you compare the dynos that we see in the competitions like this to what you might normally do, rock climbing or even ice climbing, dry tooling outside?
Well, it's for sure a lot more sketchy with jumping with tools than with hands. And you also have to think about the other ice axe so that you don't drop it during the jump.
Now, do you remember where Benji's tools were when he made that dyno move onto the bar?
I think one was in the mouth.
Of
no?
course one was in
Yeah.
the mouth because he used his hand, right?
Of course.
Yeah, so in terms of that fear and everything, right? Just imagine having the tool in your mouth flying through the
Yeah,
air.
you have to think about many things at once.
And you know, he didn't rush it. He also used the hold to the left in a way that we hadn't seen the other climbers try.
This orange one.
Right. Wow. Well, there's every reason to believe that some of these other climbers will be able to make that move too, although they might not do it the same way. Virgil's extremely accomplished as well. Very strong climber. I think he's going to put on a show for us.
Oh, for sure. He's also pretty experienced now. And won his first World Cup last year in Austria.
That's right. What a climb that was.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he always climbs very confidently. And they are great friends, Benji and Virgil.
Yeah, I think I've seen them having some fun in the Alpine together.
Yeah, exactly. They are both really ambitious alpinists. So it's cool to see this like friendship beyond the comps.
That's right. Virgil's a little bit taller than Benji as well. They're really making it exciting for us. Yeah, I believe Virgil's making progress in his guiding career, mountain guiding career.
Yeah, I think so. He started.
I was talking with him about that yesterday.
no.
Oh, you know that hurts.
I think his feet just slipped and it goes so fast.
Oh, your heart just goes out to these guys. Knowing that we all know Virgil's got the right stuff and could easily do that, but that's
yeah,
comp
it was
climbing,
very
right?
unexpected.
Yep, very
But
unexpected.
it just happens to the best all the time.
Now he wants to know. He wants to talk with Benji and maybe Yannick too.
But for these guys, it's also a bit of the practice for the World Cups. So, of course, it hurts if they mess it up, but it's always a bit better than on the big stage, maybe. Not better, but yeah, you get a bit less frustrated maybe than if you fly to Korea.
Right. Yeah, that's the way I was thinking about it too. A little bit of a warm-up for the World Cups
Yeah.
later in the season. Okay, we've got Noah Bergman from the United States, also known as the Birdman. He's always got a big smile on his face, and really nice guy. He's super strong. Probably about the same height as Virgil.
Yeah, I think so.
And Noah topped both of the routes.
And it's one of his first finals?
No, I remember Noah making finals in the past, maybe in Brno.
Oh, cool.
And maybe even Slovakia a couple years ago.
Nice.
Super intelligent guy, fun guy. Let's see what kind of a show he puts on for us. He's representing Team Ice Coop, the training facility in Boulder, Colorado, where many of the U.S. athletes train, including myself. I want to give a big shout out to everybody
Like the
connected
biggest
to the Coop.
facility in the U.S. to train for this?
Well, I would say the majority of the U.S. team trains there. Really fun place, if you can't tell by the logo.
Oh, he almost dropped his axe.
Right out of his mouth, right.
Now he is awake, I guess. That's clever. But not sure if you take it like this. Seems to be good.
Certainly.
It just skipped a very sketchy hold, so that was really clever.
I don't think we've seen anybody hit it from the side like that. Okay, very strong. Noah loves his unders.
Yeah, he looks very strong on them.
Very strong.
Let's see if he goes for the orange one, which Benji used. Yes.
Okay. Noah's got some height too, so we'll see how he manages the bar. He's also an accomplished alpinist and rock climber.
Does he like to jump? You know?
Yeah, you can see he knows this is going to be fun. Yeah. Oh, but he's not going with the bare hand. He's going to try it with the tool. Oh. Now it's interesting. Nice, Noah. We're all happy for you. Congratulations, man. Look at that smile. It's interesting. We will see if anybody is able to stick it using the tool.
Yeah.
In principle, I feel like that might not work out too well in that smooth cylindrical
No,
bar.
but if you go with the hand, you have to jump really far, and the left hold seems to slip pretty quickly.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
You
But
gotta-
for Benji, it seemed to hold quite well. I
Wow.
don't know, maybe he stood a bit differently.
I think that somehow I feel like Benji's lock off was a little bit different than the others' swing.
Yeah, so you can put more weight downwards on the left
And
hold.
maybe with the swing, it's a little easier to pop off of that left hold, whereas with a kind of Benji's lock, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe a bit
But
more static. I don't know.
You heard Yannick describe the idea of using the hands on the bar.
No, he was describing the idea to use them later to do the move up to the next hold. But his intention was to go with the tool, slide down, kick your feet in time.
Okay, that's the way
So
Yannick
it's kind
would
of
do
a
it. but
coordination jump he intended.
I hope we get to see someone do it
Yeah,
exactly
it would be
like
really,
that.
really a good show.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, I hope everyone is enjoying the show. I'm certainly not disappointed. I'm just elated that Benji was able to use the bar, and also that these climbers are smiling so big after their climbs, even when they fall. They're having fun.
Oh yeah, that's the most important thing, of course.
And Andy's smiling already.
Yeah, so it's good to see him still doing so well many of the times, and he gets more consistent each year, I think. I also know him for quite some time now, and he's a really nice guy, really supportive of everyone. Yeah, it's kind of like a bit of the head of the Liechtenstein team.
I asked him how he was doing yesterday. He said, tip-top.
That's always a good Swiss German explanation. And nice.
Another climber with a sibling.
And now he goes. Oh, it happened so quickly. I also wondered he went backhand to that. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Well, like I said, it can happen at any time. These routes are not easy. Hopefully.
No, there is no room for mistakes at all. If you lose your feet or the hip goes out a bit, you're off.
These climbers certainly make it easy, make it look easy many times. Hopefully, the viewers at home appreciate how difficult it actually is. And Andy's smiling. That's good to see. Okay.
Yeah, he is always smiling, even if it doesn't go like he wished it would. So, a good sport.
Yep. We all started climbing for fun, right?
Yeah, and it should stay like this even on this level.
Absolutely.
So now it went by quite quickly.
That's right. Well, it's not a matter of who's reaching the top the fastest at this point. It's really a matter of who can figure out the bar move that Yannick has set up. We've got another Swiss athlete, and is this our last climber of the men's
I think
finals?
it's our last climber already, yeah?
Wow. Okay.
So we wish for a big show. And Johnny is definitely capable of that because he's a really strong boulderer and he likes to jump.
You know, I remember commentating at the Sazfe World Cup last year, and Johnny had his own way of figuring out the route, and so we'll see how he does here with this route tonight. But there's every reason to believe that Johnny can do it, especially sitting in that number one position.
And also he has like really similar tools to Benji's now. So it should be possible with his tool.
And really, the crux is how will that tool manage the very slippery, sketchy metal hold before the meter-long bar?
I think if Johnny has his head together and climbs smoothly, he is so strong. And it looks like he is in a good space.
Yeah, very, very confidently moving along. And I think that the move that I'm really recalling last year from Sazfe was on a volume using his hands.
Yeah, exactly. There was a hold which no one really could take with his picks. And he just looked at a box or at a volume on the right side and climbed on it.
Right.
And he skipped the hold with that. Now he skips another hold. Nice. He has also very good body tension so from bouldering, I think.
Right, very strong. He might just jump up and get the bar from here. Watch, wait
Yeah,
and
it
see.
looks like he could.
Right. If you've ever seen Johnny climb, you know he could do it. Okay.
Nice.
Ooh, wonderful transition there. You can see he's just moving right along.
Nice.
Okay, now
So good so far.
here we go.
He also puts his feet quite high in order to stabilize very quickly. Now let's see how he does that. Whoa, what? He changed his handle?
He's going into reverse.
Huh.
Ooh, look at
Yeah.
that! Oh my goodness, I wasn't joking!
So
Yeah,
good.
pumping up the
Yannick will
crowd.
be so pleased.
Oh, Yannick's going nuts again over there. The route setters are
That's
happy.
exactly how he intended
Ron's
it.
pounding the
So
ground.
cool, and it looks so good on the stream.
He slid all the way
Yeah,
to the
exactly.
very end of that
And
bar.
then he put his foot in order to save him.
Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see how he can manage the rest of this route. He's got plenty of time.
So he will be excited now. Just keep it together. We also
I
want to
can't
see
keep
the
it
last
together
jump.
myself. This is wild. Let's just wait and see.
But so good from the route setter to invent a new move.
And we saw
it's always hard.
We saw people doing it different ways. And both of the Swiss athletes were the ones who
Yeah, it's a
figured it
good
out.
Swiss day. Nice
Strong
one.
Swiss showing both for the men and women.
But a top for the finish would be amazing. though.
That's right. We do it. I do believe we have one more dyno in store for
Yeah.
us tonight, at least.
And I think he is in good shape to jump from what we saw.
He's got 50 seconds. That's more than enough time. He's getting a double clip there.
Come on, Johnny.
He knows. He knows. He might not know in which position he is in right now.
But I think he knows if he tops. Come on.
Come on, Johnny. You got this, buddy. Yeah! Wow!
Oh, I'm sorry to
Wow.
shout.
Yeah, I apologize too. I couldn't contain that one. Oh my goodness.
What a perfect finish.
Absolutely perfect with 15 seconds remaining.
So nice.
And the crowd is just roaring for Johnny. Jonathan Brown from Switzerland just earned himself first place.
He is the guy of the evening.
The only top for the men's final.
A perfect show now.
Well, I hope you can tell from the all kinds of noises that Sina and I have been making that this is an exceptional evening of climbing here.
I hope we get Johnny for a talk.
Yeah, we'll have to bring Johnny over and hear what he has to say about those moves he just showed us. Wow.
So cool.
Earning himself first place.
And also after last weekend where it didn't quite go his way, he really made up for this.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, I apologize for the loud screams of exclamation and excitement. But I hope you were screaming at home too. And I hope you really enjoyed the show that these climbers put on for us tonight.
I will just look if...
see if we can get Johnny over here on
Yeah,
the.
I think he is coming here.
Okay, we're gonna see if we can get him.
Getting
on.
some hugs first.
Yeah, let him get some hugs. Let him get some hugs and enjoy it for a little bit. I'm just so happy for Johnny, the Swiss crowd, Benjamin as well, Yannick, Ron, everybody. Johnny, we wanna hear what you were thinking. Congratulations, man. That was amazing.
Thanks, dude. Well, sitting in isolation, I didn't. Yeah, so sitting in isolation, I didn't quite know what to expect because it was going pretty quickly. And I knew that the crux section was going to be that going across to that bar. And I don't know. I think it was just a lot of luck that I stayed on.
Oh no.
For sure.
But
for
you
sure.
did exactly the attended beta. We talked with Yannick and it was meant like this.
Oh, really?
Benji jumped with his hand.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah, we spoke
made it
we
right.
spoke about it with jumping by hand, but I was there and I was like, no, I can reach it, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
But it's kind of a coordination move with kicking your feet in because you would slide off.
Yeah.
Did you think you were gonna stick it when you slid down the bar?
No, not at all. Not at all.
We were doubting real quickly.
I thought this was it, and I was going to be off, but no, I stayed on. Lucky.
And then you had adrenaline rush for the top.
Yeah, pretty much. The top section was cool.
The last dino is also kind of big.
Yeah, it was pretty far, but it wasn't too bad. The top section was a big hold.
Nice.
It was all right.
It was a great show to end the evening.
Yeah. Thanks. Am I done here?
If you
want to say something, you feel free.
Nah, I've got much more to say.
Enjoy it, Johnny. Nice comment, buddy. That was amazing. Great show, pal. Oh wow. Well, I'm gonna be quiet here for a moment, I think.
What a way to end this final.
Oh, this isn't Hollywood. This is real. That was not coordinated. We didn't plan. Didn't plan for Johnny to do that. We were all hoping for it, of course.
Oh, of course.
Oh, well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Really hope that you enjoyed that. If you didn't enjoy it, you might want to check your pulse because you might not be alive. Oh, wow. Hometown.
Yeah, it was really nice to watch it from this perspective.
Strong showing for all the Swiss athletes, all the finalists. Congratulations. Thank you so
Of course,
much.
everyone did so well.
A lot of hugs around, smiles around. Wonderful evening. The glue vine's flowing. Everybody's just tickled about this performance tonight. Wow.
So I think they do the podiums now.
I think we're moving right along to the podiums. We've got the podium coming right out, and they'll be presented in just a moment. Remember that this is only the second event of the UIAA World Tour.
Yeah, there is plenty of action to come soon.
That's right. We've got next week in Brno, Czech Republic.
Yeah, one more Continental Cup round.
Then Utrecht, Netherlands,
Exactly.
the following week. And then we'll have a little break for the holidays.
Then the World Cup start, which is really exciting for everyone.
Everyone's really excited about the World Cup. We're also really excited for these athletes. We've got the podium with athletes on their way. Here's Marianne.
Got Marianne looking a bit confused where she has to go. Such an inspiring performance from her.
Wow. So we'll see who ended up in third place and how the scoring was tabulated for the men as well. It's kind of yet to be seen.
Yeah, yeah, good point.
We might have a tie. We might actually have more than 4 people on the podium for the men, but
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, it could be.
But we've got Marianne hugging Vivi from Switzerland as the women are standing on the podium. And of course, Franziska earned first. She'll come out momentarily. So actually, the suspense isn't over, especially in terms of the men's podium. Here's Franziska, who joined us earlier, taking her place, first place.
Such a perfect performance from her. So good to see the girls. Oh, they will now listen to the national anthem of Switzerland.
Taking their hats off out of respect. We take our hats off. Hats off to all these competitors, especially the...
Also so good to see the friendship and the interactions between them.
Yes.
They will enjoy the evening for sure.
With the podium of men's competition.
Okay, and the suspense is not over. Again, we are not exactly sure about the third place.
Continental from Liechtenstein.
Now, was he the one who came so close to the bar there?
I think he was the one who was stuck a bit on the volume, no?
I think you're right.
But what a great result for him.
Very strong performance from Benjamin.
Oh, yeah. And also really nice to read it, that you can go with your hand.
Yeah, this is a good point. You need a little extra distance there to not use the tool, use the hand instead. Strong showing for Switzerland. We've got 4 out of 6 of the competitors on the podium from Switzerland tonight. Two men, 2 women.
Yeah, that's of course very nice to see in the capital of Switzerland.
Here comes Johnny. He really earned it.
Oh yeah,
tonight.
he really put on the show tonight.
He sure did. Wow. Amazing performance from these athletes. And we will hear the Swiss anthem yet again, sounding so beautiful, coming from Bern, Switzerland. Congratulations to all the athletes tonight.
Oh, of course. And a big thank you to all the organizers again.
That's right. Wonderful job, wonderful performances, wonderful evening. Sina, I'm honored to share this time with you. I don't know if I could have had any more fun even if I would have been out there climbing in the finals myself.
Thank you. It was a great experience to see it from the other side for once. And I would do it again.
Wonderful. Again, this is only the beginning of the season, our second competition of the UIAA Ice Climbing World Tour. We've got 2 more Continental Opens coming the next couple of weekends, and also the World Cups, as we've mentioned. We've got Korea, January 12th. We've got a break that next weekend, and then we're back in Switzerland for Saas-Fee with the Saas-Fee World Cup on January 25th, I believe, 26th.
Which is always an amazing show.
I remember Sina standing on that podium not too long ago.
Oh, thanks, yeah.
And then of course we've got France the next weekend before we go to North America.
Yeah, a new event in the US.
Yep, the World Cup is back in the United States in Longmont, Colorado, and then heading to Edmonton, Canada.
Yeah, which was first time last year, the World Championships.
That's right.
And such a great event, so I'm happy to go there again.
And I believe you were on the podium there as well.
Yeah, I had a good run there.
Yeah. So fond memories, wonderful evening. I hope you feel the same way watching this from home. It's been a pleasure. Thank you again to everyone who's tuned in. Thank you again to the organizers. Thank you to the athletes. Wonderful performances. Dankeschön. Merci beaucoup.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a great night.